Good day. This is Jim. Sawlogs Plastic Hubs is my shop name. My channel name is Jim Deadman. Welcome to my machining videos that I'm putting out on YouTube for your pleasure, entertainment, and some education. Today's video will be whatever that the title of the video is that I'm working on. It's just a new kind of introduction that I'm going to put out there. A little bit about myself that maybe hasn't been put out in my other videos, just for general information for you guys. I'm a retired employee who worked in the machining area of Eaton Corporation for 40 years. So a lot of my time there was spent, about half of it was spent with CNC lathes, which I'm intimately familiar with. My early career, for about 3 years, I apprenticed in a local machine shop, and that's where I learned some of the basic skills that I use today. So my shop is something that I just work on projects, things I want to do here at home. So I hope you enjoy these videos. There's a lot of them I already have shot. We'll keep shooting more for you. There's things that you can do in your own home shop with minimal expertise, I'm going to say sometimes. I do take on some difficult little projects from time to time that's involved. Some of the things I do, I will be honest, it's probably more trouble than worth, but like I'm fond of saying, I'm retired and got more time than I have money sometimes. And that was part of the goal of setting this shop up, is to keep myself busy in my retirement. Because after spending so many years in a heavy overtime environment that I work for Eaton, this is a relaxation. I can come out and work 3 or 4 hours and walk away. So I try not to take on very many long, big projects for other people. I will if I'm pinched. If somebody asks me to help them out, I'll be glad to. So on today to today's project, whatever it may be. And I hope you enjoy the video and whatever I'm producing today. And like I say, enjoy. And if you like what you see, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And enjoy. Well, we're going to, let me kind of hit the zoom just a little bit. There we go. Make a little minor adjustment there. And we're trying out the new camera mount today. Another project that I'm wanting to do, and I've alluded to, is I want me a tray to go on my lathe, on my mill on this side. I've already purchased, I'm going to use a plastic box, and you'll see this in this video. So what I'm going to do now is make 2 slot nuts that go on the front. And I've already made this before. This is just going to hold this tray, and I'm going to make this. I'm going to use 1032 because I got this thing. And right now, I've already got this spaced off from the previous project. I think that ought to be enough. Let me check the LD on that right quick. That's the slot in the lathe is about 730. I mean, the mill's about 730, and I want it to be probably about 700. So a little under. This one's small enough to do the job. Because you want this to slide in there, and then we'll just turn the ends down where they'll fit. And I'm going to go back through this and touch up the drilling and the tapping on these. And I think that should be small enough, because I just want it where this is just the back piece for the screws to hold to. Yeah, it's just a little under 700 thousandths. Let me measure this, and I think it's got, I'm trying to remember how long I made these. Go in, get the scale. We'll Excuse me just a second. I want to cut the camera on. We're just going to run in here 3/4 and turn these down the fence. Or, excuse me, not 3/4. Excuse me, 3/8. I think that'll be right. Not well, I'm gonna make them about a quarter. Little. I think this is better. I want this. I'm gonna make these about 1/4 inch. That's good. Just enough to hang in the slot. Then we just turn this down right quick. We'll catch the diameter right fast. Like I say, these is take me a little finish cut. That should do it right there. I'll just have to check and drill them. Let me tell you, that's 370. Let me make sure by. Yeah. So what this is going to do is this is going to be like a little T-nut. It's just to hold my trays on the mill. So let me get my drills and stuff out the tap and redo all that. Now we're going to knock these little knots off the end here right quick. And then my little thumb screws, not my thumb screws, excuse me. My little nuts to hold my tables will be done. That must think pretty good. I don't like this, but sometimes you just kind of got to do it. And just a little bit. Basically, these are simple. They're a little bit under 3/4 on one end, and I just felt the edge. I thought I hit them all with a file, but sometimes not. These are just simple. They're little round plugs. They're basically a little under 375, a little under 3/8 here, and a little bit under 3/4 here, probably about 50 thou or so, just to slide in the mill slot. And they work, you know, just, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a formula. The other one got the hammer. I did them in 1/4-20. Because again, I had 1/4-20. I got a lot of 1032 screws, so for this, I'm gonna hold it at 1032. So that gives, you know, so for this tray I'm gonna hold it 1032. So now, all my lathe work here is, you know, all my lathe work done for this project out of the way. So, hold off. My tray is going to be made of two components. One, this is going to be the base, and it's going to be set on the mill table. And I just realized something what I just did, but it's not going to, I got to change my plan. But I was wanting to hang it upside down, so that means it's got to be different. Okay, so that's fine. We'll adjust here in a second. So we want to hang this upside down. I'm going to change what I'm going to do. But this is still going to be the base. That hole's not going to matter. That was an idea, but I just realized something. So get too far for bozo strikes. All right, so let's. This is the base, and somewhere around here now. Oh, here it is. This is a plastic tray that's going to sit here. Now, actually, it's going to be flipped over, so it will be lower down. By flipping it over, it's going to be mounted a lot lower, more closer to the flush of the mill table, I believe. So what I'm going to do, I was going to do, so that would be, this would be up against here, and so, or back this way, whatever. So this would be sawed off. So I want to leave something out here, put the air hose to, because I won't be able to hang the air hose. So I got to go back and redo something. I'm just kind of roughing an idea out, like this tray. This is going to be the back side. Of course, this is going to be flipped mirror image. We're going to hook the lips over, but we're going to. So what I like to do to line everything up, because got a lot of different things going on here, is I'm just going to hand tap this, and we're going to run a screw down in it and put the plastic to it. Then we're going to line the second hole up and drill it. Once we do all this, before we saw this thing up, I'm going to have all the holes drilled. It's just so much easier to saw on this stuff like that. So, of course, we'll cut the screws to match. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And that's the upside down view, but you get the general idea of what we're doing here. And I didn't counterboard this. I'm just going to thread through both items. I know that's a little inefficient, but this way too I can line this stuff up kind of the way I want it to look. And it makes it simpler. Now I can line this back up, take my scale and line it up and drill both holes and thread them and kind of get it square. Because this will come back out, because obviously this is going to be flipped over. I neglected to mention when I was doing this, I figured, I measured and laid all this out in somewhat of a pattern. 2 screws will hold this tray on there good and tight, and that's all we need. So we're just going to thread this right quick with the die. Make sure it looks pretty square. We're not going to screw the screw in it. We're going to go ahead and take the other one out. Now that I've got it started, I'm just going to run it down through there for you. And see, then we're going to figure out, I'm going to go around over here and lay out where I want to saw this off at and all that stuff. See, this end will be sticking out. This will be the air hole mount. I'll have to deburr all this up once we get it turned over. So. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the full edge to it, because I don't want just to have a square block out here hanging out. Well, there's my little tray. You know, as anything, you have to. I picked the tray up because I wanted it, and I didn't really want it much longer, and the stops will hit. So basically, I just laid a rag, and here's this old dishcloth that's wore out. I brought out here to use for a shop rag, but. You know, and I had to cut a notch in it for my calipers to lay in it. So it's not quite long as I thought it was going to be. But the idea here is, if you'll look, so I got my air hose hung right here when I want to. And then if I'm milling and worried about chips, I can lay that there right on top of it and just pick it up. And if I just, don't want to worry about it losing it, I can still snap it. So that's going to be a good addition to the shop. Again, it's just some stuff. The only thing investment I had in is this tray. You may could have went to the dollar store, you know, like a Dollar Tree or something, and found one less expensive. But I felt like that was a good selection there for what I want to use it for, and it works. And like I said, I've got, you know, this is held on my 1032 screws. It's up under the table, and I do have my arrow. And if you'll look, there's, let me kind of, and I'll just set another shot up. The other thing is, if you'll notice the shot I have, it's not that far between my lathe and my mill, and that's a handy thing to have sitting there, because now I can lay stuff in this tray and reach over and get it. And so that kind of is going, the reason I put the tray on that side is because of that. I can use it on my lathe and my mill both at any time I want to. See, you know, excuse me, the scale. See things like 6-inch scales, stuff like that you're using, and that way I can kind of move them back and forth, and I don't have to. Now I'm going to take the stuff out of this, but that's what I'm going to use it for. And then that way, and then I have the air hose hanging here, and I may actually leave it here instead of on the little eye bolt on my lathe as I normally do. Because that was the kind of the plan for this box all along. You know, and the other thing about it is, and I'll just do this while you're watching. See, if I want to, I can just move my mill over a hair a bit and see how much closer I am between there. So that's excuse me, that's another little project. Excuse me for bumping the tripod. That's another little project I've been wanting to do. I've seen that, you know, is it as good as the little edge trays? No, probably not. But again, all I have in it's a piece of scrap, a little bit of material, and a $3, $4 box out of the grocery store. And again, I could have probably found something at Dollar Tree a lot less expensive. And like I said, in a little bit of time. And I think sometimes I like to say I do projects, and sometimes not because I can, got more time than I have money. So there's your little simple shop project for your mill if you're interested in. Thank you for watching the video today. I hope you enjoyed what we did here in the shop. I'm going to use a disclaimer. This is my method in my shop, what I deem to be the best method. But now, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And the comments who will give me, you know, will be answered, and sometimes give me ideas how to be better at what we're doing and making videos. So again, I'm going to thank you for subscribing, or thank you for viewing. If you're not a subscriber, please do, and join the people who are giving me some subscriptions to try to get to these magic numbers to grow the channel. I'm going to do videos where I ever get monetized or not, because I do the videos because I love them. But I would like to get a little chance at getting a little bit of revenue off the ads that you're forced to watch when you come to these channels on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, tell your friends, anybody that's interested, spread the word. And we'll see you in the next video that we're making something new and having fun in the shop. So enjoy.